Hello. Hello. Good morning. I'm Sarah Peasley, hand knitter. It's Monday morning. I'm in my, well, not, it's my sunrise studio. The sun's up, but it's cloudy, so it's, cloudy. At least the sun's up. At least I'm up, fully dressed. Thank you very much. Um, let's see. I have a lot to tell you today, or for you to help me with today, but we'll see how much we get through. Look what I did. I'm a smart cookie. I fixed my what all that is. I fixed my hand camera. I even did it like I worked on it last night. Very exciting. Um I don't know what the problem was, but it's working right now. Today's cup of tea is an old what do we call this? Tumbler. What do we call these? Tumbler. I don't know. From it used to have decorations, see the little chevrons? This is a very old, tumbler from Starbucks back in the very before times, pre-COVID, but also pre-COVID. Um, when I grocery shopped at the shop in Williamston that I found because my son was taking guitar lessons. So how long ago was that? um, they didn't provide any place for the parents to hang out while the kids had their guitar lessons. So I'm like, I'll be down in the grocery store and down the street. And down the street in the grocery store, the first time I ever walked in, it leads you slightly to the right. Hi, Tammy. It leads you slightly, ever so slightly to the right because the left is cashier stuff. And it's the vegetable department. And there was mood lighting and hardwood floors. And if you go just turn a little bit more, there was a Starbucks. And I'm like, angels are singing. And then above the vegetable display and throughout the store are big black and white photographs or whatever of what used to be in Williamston, including the knitting factory. So I'm like, I'm home. I haven't been back since, well, I think I went back once since COVID, and I was like, yeah, I'm not ready for this level of not safeness. So there is a woman, or maybe there was a woman named Margot who worked at an older woman like me who worked at the Starbucks. And the year that I bought, and I was a regular, I'd walk up and she'd make my drink. And we were chit, 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 chat, 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 chat. And so the year that I bought this, because it was on sale, so it was probably after Christmas. And she was like, oh, I was hoping somebody would buy that. So that was like at least 6 years ago. I mean, we could research. And then every single time I brought it in, like the next year and the year after that and the year after that, if Margot was there, she'd say, oh my gosh, you're still using it. And whoever else was working with her, she'd say, she's still using that cup. She bought it here. And I'm like, what the hell else am I supposed to do with a reusable cup? That's the whole point. So it's survived. The chevron has not. And my tea's in there this morning, which means it's going to be way too hot to drink. So I'm not going to take the lid off because now I can't. So that's what my tea's in this morning. I'm like, I'm running out of mugs. What do I do? Let's see what else. If you follow me on my personal Facebook, my name is Sarah Peasley. I'm in Michigan, not other places in the country. There are more Sarah Peasleys in the world. Surprise! You may have seen my post about how I maybe messed up my morning meds the other day. So remember way back, like a month ago or two, when I fell in the shower and had to buy a shower mat? Well, this time I messed up my meds, so I had to buy a pill dispenser. And while I was there, so I'm going to show off my pill dispensers because that's how old I am. Ready? So, things are falling off the edge. Let's see if I can make it look like we're not, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, okay, whatever. We're falling off the edge right here. It's an oval table. Not years ago, during COVID times, because I went on a bit of a shopping spree during COVID, or maybe this was definitely pre-COVID times, because let me show you this. This is for back in the day when I was being a good girl. I took vitamins, and I took a range of vitamins, and I took them at different times of the day. Isn't this beautiful? Um, and so this is like a really nice quality. It's survived the years. And so when I traveled, remember I used to be a big rock star traveling teacher? I could just take the ones I needed or just throw these in my suitcase and not have to take the whole box. Um, yeah. And it just made me really happy because it's rainbow. So I've had this, although I've not been taking my vitamins lately because I'm a bad girl. So shame on me. But then I took my morning meds. I take 3 of them and they were in my drawer next to my bed. And every morning I would take the bottles, put them in my lap, open one, take the pill. And I kind of like to name the pill so I remember what I'm taking, you know? I don't want to just be randomly taking pills. And then I'd put the cap back on and put it back in the drawer. So they're in my lap or they're in the drawer or they're open or they're closed. And then I accidentally put one on the bed. And I don't know what happened. I didn't know if I'd used it or not. So I think I don't know. Anyway, I messed up my meds in the morning. So look what I got. Hold on, let me do it this way. Ready? More rainbows. More rainbows. So these are, I don't think I'd travel with these. They're tightly screwed together, but I wouldn't trust that in a suitcase. But like they screw apart, there's a lid. And then they unscrew, like there would be my pills, but I already took those. And then you'd just, the ones that you've already taken, so I've done this a few days, and you can see right through them. And oh, sorry, take off the lid. I think I need a manual. And then take off as you use them, I put them on the bottom, whoop, or as I empty them, I should say. And then put the lid back on top. And so that's the next day's pills. See, there's my pills. So rainbow makes me happy. In the morning, it's so pretty. It's shiny and new. Hopefully it stays shiny and new. They did include labels for the days of the week. I'm like, I don't need no labels. It's the same pills every day. And while I was there, I got one for Clara. Because she has pills for the morning and the evening. So Clara has her own pill pack now. So we're growing old together. Isn't that sweet? Good story. Let's see. Mondays are for new things. During my Wednesday Zoom Zoom in, which is one of my Patreon levels, it was mentioned to me that there's a free, that I make no money from this, a free mystery knit along run by Nomadic Knits. And I'm like, well, Nomadic Knits to me is that like a magazine, you know, like Making or Taproot or there's another one. And it's free. And they offered, it's Knitmas, Knitmas. It starts not January, Sarah. Need that tea. December 26th and goes for 12 days. I can't get the lid off. I just put it on. I can't get the lid off my stupid tumbler. Fine. Who needs tea? Runs for 12 days. There's a clue a day. It's a cowl. It's a long cowl. I'm assuming I won't get done in 12 days. But they had some on the website, the Nomadic Knits website, on the page for the Knitmas Knit Along. Hi, Diane. They had some kits for sale from Emily's Yarn. Or suggested kits. And there were, I don't know, only about 6 or 7. And I didn't like any of the color combinations. There was one that was pretty, but it was browns. And I'm like, no, I'm still dabbling. So I dove into the stash and here's what I came up with. You're supposed to have 100 grams. Where'd the rest of my yarn go? It probably fell out. Yeah, I don't know. Well, there's a ball of yarn somewhere in the house. Wouldn't you know it? Okay. Oh, there it is. Ha! I don't know how it got there. All right, so 100 grams of a main color. I'm just going to go right to this. This was the last thing I picked out. I know it's a different color for me. See if I can sneak over there and get that without knocking anything over. It's here. It's a different color for me. It is a, gosh darn it. Sorry, Clara. Turquoise. And I had a skein of Malabrigo sock Knitmas with an A, Knitmas. And again, I am not connected to this. I make no money. I just was like, oh, okay, I'll start a new project. Why not? I could always use a cowl. So this is from my stash. So they want 100 grams. This is 88 grams. So I'm already cheating or setting myself up for failure. And it's, I actually bought this when I took a weaving class from Nancy McCrae, who used to own Woven Art. So that was at least 10 years ago. And I used it as my weft. And there was more to it because I cut that weft off of my rigid heddle loom like a year ago during one of my live streams. It's Misty Alpaca. The Tonos Carnival. No. What the hell's the name, Sarah? It's Tonos Carnival. That's how I say it. Oh, it's right here. Tonos Carnival. It's it is a lot of blues and greens. So technically this is a combination. Tammy says I'm the only mermaid that she knows in Michigan. Oh, I like that. I like that idea. Except I don't swim, but you know, can be a land maid. Or a land mermaid. Alpaca, wool, silk, and a little bit of nylon. So this is fingering weight. So there's my 100 grams. And then I was diving in my stash, and back when I was a traveling rockstar knitting teacher, people would hand me things. So this is some sock yarn that a student was actually promoting a friend of hers, the business of a friend of hers. And this is from Knittivity, lovely sock, merino and nylon, 100 yards. So we need 20 grams of 4 other colors. I didn't say that. So this I thought was pretty. So this was actually the last thing that I got in that I chose, and I don't have a light on, but we're getting, there we go. Some shadows. This was also handed to me. I think it's from Stephen B, or it might be Miss Babs. No, I'm pretty sure it's Stephen B. There was a hot pink one that went with it. And this is leftover from the mystery knit along I did, the first mystery knit along I did with Casapinka, the Snarkometer, which I still haven't blocked or woven in the ends. So we're already reusing, you know. And so already I'm going against my grain by mixing something with fuzz in it with stuff that's not. I know, isn't that line beautiful? And then this is leftover from probably Snarkometer also. Oh, this isn't from Snarkometer. This is from Share and Air, the second knit along from Casapinka, this year's knit along. This is last year's knit along, or maybe 2 years ago. And it's, I don't remember what yarn that is, but it's a singles. It's not plied with anything. So not only am I mixing a fuzzy yarn with not fuzzy yarn, I'm mixing singles with plied yarn. So I'm feeling very out of my element here. But aren't those pretty? So 4 colors that have at least 20 grams each. That's these. I can't believe that's 20 grams, but it is. And 100 grams, I have 88. So I figure I'll, you know, tweak somewhere. But that's my something new, scheduled to start on December 26th, but I thought I'd share it with you. Completely free. I mean, Share and Air knit along was completely free, but you bought the pattern. The pattern is also completely free. So there you go. Oh, where am I? Hi. So many things to show you. I think what we'll do today, we'll save that for another day. What we'll do today is over some past, you know, weeks and different kinds of live streams and YouTubes and Facebooks and months and years, I have reviewed my projects with you and adventurous. I know, I feel kind of adventurous. I've talked about moth management or management, like you guys get over there, moth control. And I've shown you the moth traps, the triangular, what's a triangle? Moth traps from Safer brand. Again, I make no money from this, that I use that work well. I also maybe have mentioned the cedar blocks that I use. I got these in like the big box, the local big box store, Meyer laundry department. Is that true? I don't know where I got them. Maybe Bed Bath and Beyond. I've had them a long time. Used to shop way more than I do now, which is hard to believe. Well, there used to be another income, so that was easier. Anyway, back in the old days. So I've had these for quite a while, and I use these in the boxes of stash. So if it's not like 100% acrylic or 100% cotton, then I throw one or two of these in each of my, I use like Sterilite, or I think they're Sterilite, or there's another like Rubbermaid tubs. I didn't say Tupperware this time. I'm very proud of myself. So I've had one or two of these. They don't smell very much anymore because I think it's because they're like, I don't know, old. So I wrapped one of them in gritty sandpaper, a pretty high grit there. Let's look at it way close. Look at that grit. I don't know, I got this in the divorce, so it's the grittiest one I had, and wrapped it around one of the blocks, and then I just want to like freshen them up. And then we'll see if it smells like cedar again. So not just wooden blocks, but cedar blocks, because you know it's supposed to help with keeping moths away. And then I'll put them back in boxes. Let's see. Oh yeah, that helps. Okay, so now it smells like cedar again. So I think they just needed to be freshened up. So this might be completely silly. Oh, it smells really good now. Okay, I have a whole bunch of them. Oh, I can show you this way. I'm not used to having my hands camera again. What's this? Oh, that's from the black yarn for the knit along. I don't have any other labels for that. But here's my little stash of blocks. Some of them are little. Woven Art, where I'm going at, I'll be there at noon today to work, my one work day out of the house. They sell some. They just had them for the daily stocking stuffer deal yesterday. There's our round, and they also have some little flat ones that say Woven Art on them. And with the smaller ones, you could throw them in your project bag, so that, you know, if you're working on a wool sweater and say maybe you don't work on it super often, you'd have some moth protection. I don't know about that. Now these must be cedar, but I'm not getting the lovely aroma. Oh yes, I am. Okay, I just have to go at it a little bit. I'm not going to do all these, just one more. Well, I tell you a story. So this reminds me of a number of years ago. Let's say it's relatively early 2000s, because okay, I'm going to show my ignorance. When was Y2K? When was 9/11? Which year? Was that 2000? Was it 2001? I started flying. I have a flag, a U.S. flag that once flew over the Capitol. It was given to me by my parents, and they got it through the office of Senator John Hines of Pennsylvania. So that's how long ago I got that flag, because we're from Pennsylvania. Well, I'm not from Pennsylvania, but I grew up in Pennsylvania, and my parents still live there. So I have, you know, kind of a special flag, and I had a flag mount, but I only maybe put the flag up for 4th of July or something. But after 9/11, I started flying it daily, and put a spotlight on it. And I had a wooden flagpole. And over the years, at some point I went to take it down. I don't remember why. Maybe I was mad at the country. I don't know. And the flagpole was stuck. It had swollen in the the wooden flagpole had swollen in the metal flagpole holder, the mount. And I got 3 done. That's something. And so to put it back, I couldn't get it back in after whatever I did. Maybe it was maybe the house was stained or something, painted. So I decided to sand it down. And so imagine a flagpole, if you will, and a piece of sandpaper, and I sat on the front porch in display of my entire neighborhood and put the flagpole between my legs and started sanding for a long time. It never really got small enough to put in the thing because I started, after a while, I'm like, oh my God, I am sanding my flagpole for all to see. There's an innuendo there in case you didn't notice. And I was like, holy crap, I hope nobody saw me. And I stopped sanding my flagpole and it never fit in again. I was like, what does this look like? Okay. Tradition at the end of my Monday, um, whatever this is, live stream. What you've all been waiting for. It is time for the Knitter's Oracle reading. Hooray. This is a deck that was designed by Alexandra Tinsley of Wild Hunt Designs. She's a Michigander, last I knew. And we're going to shuffle these cards 3 times. Oops, I just saw the one on the bottom. That's okay, because we're going to cut the cards. Okay, shuffled 3 times, and then cut the cards somewhere in the middle. And then we get to deal them out, and I get to tell you whatever pops into my head. I don't know why the phone's so far away. Woo. Okay, so I'm going to deal out the first card. This is going to be our, I don't know, thought for the week or not. Wish I could drink my tea. I mean, I could, but I'd scald my mouth. Okay, first card. The Twitter Knitters. We had this one last week. Ooh. No, I don't think it was 11. Oh, you know what? I thought maybe it was 11. Let me look real quick. Oh my gosh, why don't I know this? Bad Americans. 2001. Well, it came up. Yep, 2001. Okay, where'd you go? It was 2001. Yep. So we had Twitter Knitters. It's not very close and it's all wiggly. Oh God. Oh, maybe I can make it get a little, ooh, oh boy, there we go. Clunky. All right, Twitter Knitters. And we're going to ignore the fact that Twitter is just a hot mess because this was created before Twitter. So we'll think of it as online, oh gosh, online, like an online group of knitters or social media or something. Can we see it all now? Almost. And this is, what do you call it? Post says what's shaken. This person's called Wool Lover with a heart. This one says, where the heck are my addies? That's a kind of knitting needle if you don't know. Wait, I can't see. I was sick last week, so Twitter Knitters are new to me. GM Kelly. I don't know what that means. Hold on, let me find the camera again. I don't have my reading glasses on. Anyway, this guy says, this guy says, person says, yarn is for losers and sheep stink. And then there's a smiley face with the tongue sticking out. And this says, you want to take this outside, buddy? So anyway, or is it offline? Outside. So, fun and goofiness and poking and rabble rousing and whatever. So a social media group of knitters, an online group of crafters could be supportive. They could be frivolous, like just, I mean, in Ravelry, there's groups you can belong to you can talk about your favorite infectious disease. I mean, there's all kinds of that's not weird. I'm not judging. There's something for everybody. That's what I'm trying to say. The ram, to me, it's, patriarchy, or perhaps the protector. I didn't say that last time. The other times we've had the ram. What's happening over here? Oh, hi, Kelly. That's what you're saying. You're saying good morning to Kelly. I see. I posted a date. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Kelly. The ram, which I hadn't thought of as a protector before, but I must be feeling a little less ornery this morning because usually I would say patriarchal. And our third card is the cable. Okay, and the cable is a little bit advanced for some knitters. It's actually not hard. It's a twining together, so a uniting, we're stronger together kind of thing. Okay, so if I don't look at the suggested interpretations, we started with an online group of knitters, like us, like you and me, and by knitters I mean crafters or makers. Hold on, just checking who this message is from. Oh, it's the bank telling me how much money I don't have in my account, telling me how much I do have. The ram. Wow. An online group of makers, or just being online in general, but social media specifically. The ram. Well, definitely masculine. And I'm thinking of this in a good way today, the cable. Intertwining, bringing together, coexisting. It's not going to go there. Why is the ram in here? Okay, I need help. So when I remember, I look at the interpretations suggested by the maker of the cards. And the Twitter knitters are number 12. And the suggested interpretation is chatter, gossip, news, excitement, restless energy, noise, distraction. I started laughing because it could be the mystery knit along that I found out about online while I was Zooming online with my friend, my patron. And chatter, what people are talking about, gossip, not necessarily in a good way, but, frivolous, news, excitement, restless energy, noise, distraction. Yap, 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 yap. So, okay. And then the ram, masculine energy. Oh, look. Masculine energy. I can't quite see what Diane said. Yay! Masculine energy. Patriarchy. Gee, I really can't read with these glasses on. Strength. Strength. Oh, if we're going to do strength, it doesn't have to be masculine, does it? Well, then obviously we're stronger together when we meet online, and we're done now. That might be it, because that just goes. Power, dominance, status, leadership. Well, strength, I like strength because it doesn't have to be bad. It doesn't have to be... What's a word I'm looking for? Strength doesn't have to be a power play. That's what I'm trying to say. My last name is Strong. No, it isn't. It's Peasley. But my maiden name is Strong. Strong, in case you didn't know. So strong and strength and all those words are like good. Okay. Masculine energy, patriarchy, dominance, status, leadership. Okay. Some of those can be a power play, and some of them, like strength, power, and leadership, don't have to be. Okay. And then the cable is 22. Ooh, we're on the next page. A crossroads. Ooh. I'm surprised every time I read these, even if I've already read them. Oops, it's 9:30. A choice, an opportunity, decisions, feeling unsure. Well, so I want to pimp the classes that are coming up in January that I'll be teaching because that's where this falls in. So let me just do a teaser. I'm going to be teaching a series, like monthly, regular series of more than one series of classes for makers online beginning in January. I will lead you. I'll lead you. I will help you have strength through. So this is me today. Um, through whatever you want to do that falls into those general categories that I'll be teaching, and we will be stronger together. How about that? So a little teaser. Kelly and I are getting my website tweaked, and then I'll send out my newsletter, and then you'll know all about it. So that'll be a teaser plug for my classes. Blatant shilling. I don't know. That ram threw me off. Okay. Thanks. It's 9:32. I hope you have a good day. I get to go get ready for my one day out of the house work today, and I will see you next time. Bye.